Hi, I'm the Recruiting Maven and welcome back to my channel. Just want to give a shout out to all my Facebook followers and all my LinkedIn connections. I'm so grateful to you for sharing and liking my vlog. I so appreciate it. So thank you for that. So moving on to today's topic of discussion really is, can you be yourself at work? It's a little debatable. There are times that, that may not be the best choice, depending on, what's going on. Certainly, I don't think that you should be yourself or your truest self in a very serious meeting. However, there are times when it is appropriate to let your hair down. So I'm trying to define when is the right time and when it isn't. I wanted to give you a couple of examples. A candidate of mine had called me. He was thrilled that he had gotten a job at a major social media company, and we won't name names. And so what was interesting about the conversation is he described his first day at lunch in that cafeteria, sort of like a high school cafeteria. People were shouting, some people were shouting profanities, and it was all in good fun. And he said to me, because I was on the phone this entire time with him, and he said, do you think it would be okay if I did that? If I, try and connect with people and maybe I shouted out something? And I just thought, no. Definitely no, because you don't really know your audience. They have already a preset relationship, and so people know who are the players, and you really don't know, as I was telling him, you don't really know what is happening in that scenario. And so whether you feel really comfortable in shouting out something, whether it's funny or whatever it may be, perhaps that may not be the best choice. And standing down a little bit and really assessing who is who over the next week or two is something that I heavily advised him to do. You certainly don't want someone coming back to your manager and saying, hey, the new guy came back or the new gal came back and started, we don't even know who they are as yet, and they started in a conversation, with people who are typically troublemakers. So you don't want that kind of a response or a reaction happening, especially if you're new on the team or, again, you still don't know who the players are. So I thought that was very interesting of a situation. And there was another case with a candidate who actually was too much of himself, meaning that, he conveyed to me that it's been a while he had been in the industry. He had actually was worried a little bit because he didn't feel as confident as he should, and had been in the past. So his level of confidence really wasn't at 100%, shall we say. And I said to him, none of us are always at 100%. Some days are 80, some days are 50, some days are just 20. It depends, are we feeling good? Are we're sick with a cold? Again, not every day is going to be the same. And so I said to him, maybe, you need to anchor yourself knowing and understanding your past successes and bringing that to the forefront prior to your interview, so that when you do interview, you still have that sense of confidence. Maybe it's been a couple of years since you've been in that industry, and again, you're not up on the latest technologies or, whatever it may be. But if you center yourself and focus on your past successes and bring those feelings into that interview, it makes a huge difference without a question. And then you can really relax and be yourself and say, and be genuine. I've had this experience in the past. I feel very confident doing this job, but it's been a few years since I've moved away from that particular role. And so, I'm really looking forward to ramping up because I've had so much success in the past. And then maybe you go ahead and list those successes that you did have. So, people are going to be able to see your level of confidence. So being your truest self, whether you're in the middle of a cafeteria and your first day at work and things are happening very quickly, make sure you know you ground yourself before you enter that situation, because that's going to really help you to anchor yourself and to be your best self. Not just be yourself, but be your best self. So just wanted to share that with you because it was just kind of a fun week for me, and having those two conversations. So I still thank you for your time, for sharing and liking. And if you haven't subscribed, please do so, and make sure that you hit that little bell so you get my notifications every time I upload. I'm happy to help you with any of your career questions. I do some coaching. That link for the career coaching is on my Facebook page, and that link will be included in the description box. I so thank you for your time. Have a lovely rest of your day. Take care.